Well, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a very, very long time coming. As part of basically an early Christmas present to me, Gino Samuel has uploaded part 50 of Chris Chan, A Comprehensive History. Thank you, Gino, so very much. I hope Gino goes somewhere in the future. I hope he goes to tremendous places, because he is an absolute, he is a commendable oddity to us all. And in that tradition, let's find out, because today, ladies and gentlemen, marks the very beginnings of what will be known as the financial crisis. Why is it called that, you may ask? You'll find out. So, if you guys want to check out the original video, you know what to do. Let's begin. Part 50. In 3, 2, 1, and... Thank you so much, Gino. You absolutely amazing human being.
What made her this way? What is the attraction?
Sorry, this thing was just killing me. I'm gonna relax.
What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan.
Damn belt was beginning to burn my sides. Okay, let's do this. Part L. For loser.
On April 13th, 2016, Christine left a comment on one of the binaural beat YouTube videos, which she had been watching in the hopes of hastening her transformation into a...
Wow, gotta love this one. Male prostate gland to female skenes glands conversation for MTF. You gotta love the fact that just we start off with basically a picture of somebody's anus. What a remarkable way to start the video.
A true female. She asked the makers if upon transformation of testes to ovaries, would her ovaries contain new eggs, or would her remaining sperm be transformed into the eggs?
That's not how... The second one is not possible. That's just not how it is. You will never have ovaries or eggs, but you will take away from this video is the feeling that Christian's life will suck no matter how he tries to resist.
She then asked if they could produce a frequency which would stimulate the production of eggs in her ovaries.
That's not gonna happen.
On the same day, Chris liked 2 more videos concerning using subliminal frequencies to turn oneself into a hermaphrodite, and also one to begin producing breast milk. 2 days later, Kiwi Farms user, the American Hedgehog, revealed that Christine had recently purchased a LEGO Ghostbusters set on eBay, which cost $425. On April 16th,
bought from Chicago, Illinois. Don't know why they need to, point that out. And also because we're going to do the same vein as we did last week. We're going to move the camera over here for the time being.
She live-streamed a special announcement on YouTube concerning the supposed establishment of a new company.
Due to the recent growth in sales, I'm no longer able to fully sustain fulfilling Sanchi orders on my own. With the recent additions to my workload, I feared I have been spreading myself.
What workload, Chris? You mean spending time buying Legos? That's what you consider a workload? Think about it.
Too thin, and the stresses of life, it really does bother me. It gives me great pleasure to announce the launch of Sonichu Entertainment of America, a pre-IPO global entertainment and media company. Sonichu Entertainment of America is excited to launch a brand new store on Zazzle, selling fun for the whole family, Sonichu products like t-shirts, hats, and mugs, and many other fine products. And given the expansion, I will be
Do they sew Sonichu designer butt garments as well?
hiring a team of talented professionals to make this vision a reality. While I still serve as the sole owner, creator, and creative director of the Sonichu world and characters, this will allow me to focus on my transition, my female lesbian soul into an all-natural female woman, which is already added an inch to my bust size. Just
Actually, you know what? I've never asked this before, but why does he feel the need to say female lesbian? I assumed going into this all lesbians were female anyway, so it doesn't seem like a really sort of thing to like point out.
2 weeks. Think you have what it takes? The ideal person, woman or man, the ideal person for the job should, well, remind me of myself. He or she should, at minimum, love and adore the adventures of Sancho and Roadshoe, have an experience working with arts and crafts, be on 8th grade reading level or higher.
Okay, wait a minute. Someone just like Chris. Yeah, okay, Chris. Okay, I can imagine a lot of people stepping up to this. I could see this. Just when you think you've heard it all. An 8th grade reading level or higher. That's like a 13-year-old. If you're smarter than a 13-year-old, you could work for Chris. You could drop out of school and work for Chris. Oh God.
And a lot of employees who could be like me, but not necessarily in totality.
Oh, okay. So
I am an equal opportunity type employer, or I would be. I am, and also be supportive of the LGBT, VHS, lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, virgin, hermaphrodite, snowflake community. I just learned a few new terms from reading this. And since I
learned a new term, meaning he just printed this off the internet and just went with it. Oh God, that's just...
I am truly woman at heart. Sancho of America should be recognized as an 8A woman-owned small business. Let's talk about benefits. Hired employees will receive 25% profit on all sales, exclusive access to me, Christine Weston Chandler, and talks with collab.
Okay, so would you guys would you excuse me just for a moment? Just wait 1 minute. Just wait 1 minute. Okay, so I've went over this before, but think about this, ladies and gentlemen. 25% of all the profits, which means that if Chris hires more than, let's say, 3 people, his company is going to go into complete bankruptcy because of his ineptitude at working out how finances actually work. I think what he means to say is like 25% of any individual sale, but I think that's what he's talking about. Because I'm going to assume Chris is not going to be, paying them a salary. Also, how exactly can you elicit, collaborations and talks with the creator when the creator is supposed to be the overseer anyway?
Collaboration and on how to make the figures, among which,
I don't think
and so
it'll take
forth.
too much effort.
And should things work out between us and we have shared interests and passions, opportunities for romantic encounters with Christine Weston Chandler, but only if we built it from the ground up.
Oh.
But let's talk about more on the open position. Hedgehog.
By open position, I think what Chris actually means is women, get your legs open now. I'm going to assume that's what he means. Because he's realizing that if there are a woman out there who is crazy and as deluded as he is, then he'll have a chance to score. Oh God, like, sexual harassment by employers is, generally frowned upon in the workplace. And that's it. That's it.
Eds and Hedgehog fans. You'll learn from the master herself, Christine Chandler, myself.
Would that not be
Learn the
Mistress?
secret art of the figure assembly from multiple figures, among which you would be tasked with producing an anime cartoon or CGI TV show starring Sanchu, which I personally would have total creative control over, would personally voice as myself and Sanchu therein. Romantic coordinator, in charge of making sure I find a sweetheart. You will navigate the topsy-turvy world of modern dating. This position is very important as I am quite a busy businesswoman who... Well, I do like to socialize, but it's not like I don't make time to. It's just I'm busy and the autism kills my brain speed.
So far, what we've gathered from this, ladies and gentlemen, is that Chris's business venture is going to fall through. There is absolutely no way, shape, or form these benefits will contribute to anyone who will like being harassed daily by Chris, or who will, in any which way, shape, or form, want to consider just basically spending their time making shitty toys that nobody will want to buy anyway.
You would also be responsible for developing a course of training to help me compete in the lesbian dating marketplace, including but not limited to lesbian attraction, dating education, and lesbian sexual position instructions. My associate wrote this for me.
Who?
I mean, she's doing a fabulous job.
Yeah, a troll wrote this, and Chris, as usual, did not think about going through this in any way, shape, or form. I knew this would come. I knew this would happen. But for the love of God, Chris, did he? He didn't think about this at all, did he? He went through this in one take.
She's a great writer. And also, bodyguards, preferably fit in shape female badasses, La Femme Nikitas, as public figure often maligned by some of the internet's most vicious trolls. Here to be escorting me around various public events, information on which self-defense training, are requested. Karate, kung fu, Fajwando, rape, aggression, defense, and other female-oriented martial arts, etc. Sanchu and I have had many adventures over the last 16 years, and many ups and downs with the stresses and difficulties in life. But together...
Oh yeah, I could totally relate with the stress of, not having to work for over 15 years. I totally get what that must be like, Chris. Bite me.
Let's make Sonichu and Rosechu great again!
Stealing Donald Trump's, presidential...
And that's the big announcement. Thank you very much. And also, I'll leave you all with one final bit of thought that I came up with. In regards to autism, pretty much, and how I feel about it. I have found further that autism is definitely that thing that makes the brain shut off.
I'm going to level with you, Chris, because I'm not speaking on behalf of everyone else, but I feel like my functioning is absolutely top-notch. I feel like I'm running on all cylinders. Because, the phrase think before you speak comes into play more often than not. And this was something that obviously nobody ever told Chris of either.
I've mentioned that before, but here, you can quote me on this, make this a meme, put a image of the autism jigsaw puzzle right in the middle and do the letters above and over it in that font. I quote, "Autism is a bulky 150 plus gigabyte virus that takes bytes to terabytes out of the 2.5 million gigabytes in our biological computers' brains and slow down our processors very badly."
No. Chris, no. That's... no.
Y'all have a good, safe day. Thank you.
After 8 days of silence, she live-streamed a short plea on YouTube for donations.
I'm kind of feeling frazzled right now. just my brain. But anyway. Yeah, we need some more money. Seriously. Donations, please. I mean, yeah, call it part of the donation drive, if you will, but... push comes to shove. Something definitely came up recently beyond my control, and I just need some donations.
So much for... immediately before this, he was on about, coming up with... I think this is karma. I think this is karma 100% written to be done in this way. I feel like this was just fated by God, Jesus, and the bear at Regency 10.
Just need a few donations, please. Please help. I'll put the link underneath this video, but please. Send me a donation, like, maybe 10, 20 bucks. Please.
In early May, Christine purchased a dakimakura, or a Japanese anime-style erotic body pillow, from eBay.
Well, Chris can't be in debt anymore. He's got money to spend on this kind of shit. For $30. I hope you're satisfied with this, Chris. Please bear these purchases in mind, including the Lego one from earlier, because this is going to make the next, no doubt, couple of, minutes mind-numbingly poor.
On May 5th, she filed for a legal name change with the Greene County Circuit Court, which eventually resulted in getting her name officially changed to Christine Weston Chandler. On May 14th, after a lengthy period of internet silence, Chris published a YouTube video in which she offers a proposal directed at the video game company Sega concerning plans to develop Sonichu-related product.
I'm going to be making a completely separate video of my own, analyzing everything about this quote-unquote presentation in the future. But I just want everyone to... I might even just do it here for the sake of argument, because I want to pinpoint everything wrong if the last presentation, as it were, was anything to go by.
You want what I got? But you gotta go through me, and me alone, Christine Weston Chandler, Ruckersville, Virginia, in order to get it. And lucky for you, I am open to such an offer of partnership. I would offer you license to my original creation, Sonichu and Rosechu, in the city of Quickville, as well as the world. Yeah, the world and all that. I would remain in creative control of Sonichu and all associated media. I will be the sole owner of Sonichu. Sega's role here would be to expand the Sonichu brand name as well as Rosechu, and will help produce the various media, including video games, cartoons. These profits would be shared 50% between the two parties. However, I would also need an annual salary and some common employment benefits. My salary for being in the senior management position of the Sonichu product at Sega would be $100,000 a year. I would require a senior title and a preferably corner office, even though I would be working at home. Due to my hectic lifestyle, I would need the ability to work from home and when I choose. Also, basic benefits like 401k, health insurance, and maternity leave. Now, let's get down to my immediate step. Due to the normal stresses of everyday life and then some, and since Sonichu is not my only responsibility in my life, I require a secretary to handle administrative duties beneath my pay grade, and a personal assistant who would assist me with my daily tasks, which would typically include the following: running errands, picking up lunch, breakfast, dinner, pet sitting my dogs when I'm on business travel, getting maintenance on the cars and whatever else required therein, help on taking care of my aging mother, as well as complete in-store pickup of items that I would purchase. I would want to be in charge of selecting the women for these positions myself. I want Sonichu to be a as huge as he deserves to be. It's about the high time Sonichu got his own video game so that everyone can live his adventures. I would also like you to use your negotiations with Nintendo to have the cast of Sonichu, as well as myself, add to the existing Amiibo figure library. I would also need you to help me create several animated Sonichu products. The first and most important of which would be an American version cartoon series. And I would like it to be made by DHS, who makes the little show called My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I'm sure you probably heard of that. And I would personally voice the characters of Sonichu as well as myself. I would like also to have Tara Strong and Monica Rial to voice female characters as well. And I look forward to your immediate prompt reply to my offer. Together, let's make Sonichu great again. Thank you very much.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to keep things very short, but I'm just going to go over some very general things about Chris's approach with this. First off, his room is a mess. Second, that noise in the background is extremely distracting. Third, he has absolutely nothing in this presentation to actually show to any audience exactly what Sonichu is or why should anybody be invested anyway. 4, as stated many times before, game companies don't just take unsolicited ideas from fans anyway. 5th, Chris spends more time and more considerable effort in listing the demands that his assistant, female, because Chris has to be, he couldn't make that any clearer if he tried, it has to be female, to take care of, you know, his mother, which is Chris's own responsibility. His pets, again, also Chris's responsibility. Running errands that wouldn't even be an assistant's line of work anyway, because it would be reserved to what would be in the workplace anyway. Chris calling a corner office, even though he'd be working from home, but they'll take a look at this huge pile of Amazon boxes and immediately think otherwise anyway, above almost anything else. 6, I think, nobody would be able to take a risk on something with like Sonichu anyway, which would have serious, you know, damning legalities, because I'm not entirely sure Nintendo or Sega would want to touch Sonichu with a copyright enforced stick. And finally, most importantly, someone is going to do a background check on Christine anyway, and it will not take, possibly it will take, I'd say, roughly about like 5 seconds before people see everything involved, and it would ruin Nintendo or Sega's reputation anyway, so that's will be the end of it. I'll go over everything in exceedingly precise detail in a separate video, but that's just like, from the top of my head, what's wrong with this presentation.
The next day, she advertised eating hotcakes at McDonald's with Smucker's brand marmalade. On May 16th, Chris posted an image which reflected her negative opinions concerning the new law passed in California, which prevented transgender people from using public restrooms of their choosing. On the 18th, Christine wrote a lengthy post about traditional gender segregation of children.
Sorry?
Just an observation and thought for now. With parents and children for decades or so now, the parents tend to keep the boys and girls separated, regardless of age, when it comes to fun things like simple parties and sleepovers. In view of potential, but very unlikely, sexual possibilities, I would generally agree with this old adage. But nowadays, we are finding gay and lesbian children.
We are finding gay and lesbian children. Now, I'm not saying anything about, you know, well, first off, there's the big problem about, you know, children calling themselves gay when whether or not they can truly make up their own mind when they're still children is something that will obviously be brought into question immediately. But secondly, just the way he phrases this, but nowadays we are finding this. And he says no judgment or anything wrong with that, but why would he even say... Chris has this bad habit of saying something that is extremely bewilderingly absurd, but then will say in a very half-assed apology anyway, as if he doesn't seem anything wrong with what he's doing in the first place. Okay.
Judgment or anything wrong with that. But I tend to wonder how today's parents are considering this when allowing their children out with their friends in field trip groups and summer camp.
Yeah, also, the only reason I suspect Chris would be this interested in other people's kids at all is because Chris obviously does not have any. Also, I think I've got this short time to, there we go.
Do they get paranoid of the possibilities of their boy getting sexually explored by another boy, and vice versa, with possible varying mentalities and so forth? In my humble opinion, nowadays adults tend to worry too much from exaggerations on the news, internet, and even potentially bad influence and instigating comments from internet trolls. I mean, regardless of who or what our new children were in their past lives, on the reincarnation theory, or whatever, the young ones are still young, learning, and are very unlikely to practice much sexual, because most children are not
unlikely to practice much sexual. You want to, elaborate what much sexual is, Chris? Please? I'm curious to know exactly what on earth you're talking about.
Not likely to possess such knowledge, even the most basic of intercourse details. Encouraging privacy and closeness and trust between friends and family are still good and viable. And I feel when it comes to playtimes, camps, sleepovers and so forth, children are still capable of choosing who they feel make good and trustworthy friends, regardless of gender, and as long as the age range is equal or under 10, or whatever is that rule. As for the old adage, it is okay for restroom breaks at the least. The best practice to keep in mind when parenting is being the leading guidance of our children, teaching them right from wrong and keeping plain common sense in mind, as well as teaching our children to use their common sense as well in remembering everything they individually learn from life and us all. Yet it's true, nobody can totally protect their children forever, but we can each and all lead them in the right directions towards being happy, self-confident, and finding themselves and fully enjoying their individual lives the way they each choose. On the 23rd, she held another stream in which she encourages monetary donations from fans.
This is my
monetary donations while also parading her body pillow. Okay.
waifu. Her name is Naru. We've been together for a few weeks now. Nothing wrong with that.
It's just a pillow.
We're still getting to know each other pretty much, and it's all in my head, really. Hey, y'all are welcome to share your waifus anytime.
I don't want to, Chris. Also, oh, bloody hell! It was short. It was fine while it lasted.
Anyway, second half of the month. We need some more donations around here to help out. Get some more food around here.
Food.
My mom loves to eat bananas. Quite serious about that. And we could do better on food as well. Otherwise we end up just we're not getting everything we need nutritionally, so please donate. Help.
Also, guys, he talks about nutrition. What do you suspect will come up when the next time he talks about food? What is the first thing do you reckon is going to be on screen? Please let me know, because I can guarantee it's going to be fast food. Just watch.
Help us once again. Thank you. And yes, later tonight, I'll be playing some Uncharted and streaming gameplay. So y'all can look forward to that in a little while. Thank you. Have a good day.
Soon after, Chris livestreamed herself playing the video game Uncharted, alongside Naru, the body pillow, or her so-called waifu, coming from the Japanese transliteration of the word wife, commonly used within manga and anime fandoms to refer to individuals' favorite, usually female, characters.
Yes,
Miss Naru.
oh, for God's sake, Chris, come on.
Bring along your snuggle buddy, your waifu, body pillow, what you call it, and enjoy along as we play for a while. Continue on from where I left off, near the fortress.
Oh God, he's moaning into it.
She's irresistible.
Christine streamed for nearly an hour, offering commentary as she advanced through the game.
Opened all the
On May 25th, she wrote on Facebook that she learned that the donation button on her Etsy page had been disabled, so Chris instead redirected her fans to her YouTube page, where they could donate to her directly through her recently added support button. The next day, addressing some criticism regarding her inability to complete a level in her recent Uncharted stream, she uploaded a short video of the last 5 minutes in the level, proving that she could complete it successfully.
There, I made it out alive. Now give me $5.
Toward the end of May, Christine bought a set of Transformers figures on eBay for nearly $100, including shipping. Also at around that time, it appeared that Chris had been still in contact with Sam and Ellen, the troublesome lesbian.
Chris demands somebody donate $5 and then will immediately buy Transformers. I'm actually... If you're not at a loss for words, then you've obviously come to the wrong video, my friend.
Couple interested in being inseminated by Chris after sending them her video in which she displays her stock of frozen semen, in addition to a yet unknown video in which she displays her acrobatic sexual prowess. However, they were then purportedly contacted by a man named Johan, a former gay porn star, who told the lesbian couple of Chris's past misdeeds in an attempt to get them to choose Johan as their sperm contributor instead. On May 28th, angered by Johan...
Oh, wait, hang on. Also, no, let's not count Chris's semen as food.
Christine made a YouTube video to explain the situation through the use of Lego minifigures.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen on the internet and my Sonic and Road Street fan base. This is Christine Chandler coming to you live from the room once again. And I'm about to tell you a story that is direct and true upon what happened recently. And it'll be demonstrated through the minifigures. So,
I shouldn't be dancing to this because I'm pretty sure he's going to do something stupid with his Legos, but let's just see what he does.
my associate has introduced me to a lesbian couple who's looking to have their own little daughters. And I was delighted to be designated as the parents. Earlier in that day, they were thinking about a second candidate though, which that makes me sad. But he didn't show up. And they liked the video that I sent them demonstrating my sexual prowess. Probably quite the acrobats. So yeah, we were on the online chat room, we were sitting up, we were talking about our meetings, and then comes along the new guy. It was quite intrusive, it was very rude. Yeah, I'm Christine Chandler. Charmed, I'm sure. Charmed.
You're the big guy, you're the big guy, and you're the chutty, insults.
Anyway, so he was attacking me and trying to prove himself mighty and courageous, like Captain Copernicus Clark or somebody dumb like that. Look at me, I'll do Billy. And it was just a whole bunch like that, but they were getting tired of it, and I was getting tired of hearing about the internet. And then he realized, oh wait, you're the Christian Chandler? Did you up here, Sachi Rose Chew? That's me.
Well, I got dirt on you.
Oh, what? You mean make the time I sat bare ass on the cake?
That threw me off. I was not expecting that.
Or how about the time I took pieces of a medallion and shoved them up my behind? I am human enough to admit and take the blame for the mistakes I made. And he was bringing up the imagery picture of the notorious MEG and me like it depends up there. And I was like, oh yeah, that vintage old thing, vintage, so old. I've drawn more since then. my theoretical exes. I mentioned 2 of them by name. But anyway, aside from that...
How much longer does this actually go on? Oh god, there's at least 3 more minutes.
Tried to prove himself to be the Thor Better Bill. He attacked me verbally. With onslaughts of insults and whatnot, like fireballs. And I defended and I held my ground. So anyway, then it was like, well, then I issue a challenge. You say from your video, you're like an acrobat, but I can do so much better eventually. So we each upload video, and the person that gets more votes from the community on the internet wins. And it's like, what? You're not gonna let the girl, you're not gonna let our lay friends have to say in the matter? Yeah, well, you know what? I'm gonna... So anyway, point is,
Yeah, what was the point, Chris?
even though this challenge seemed quite pointless and unnecessary and time-consuming, I said, alright, well, let's do it. I accept the challenge. And fortunately, I had already made a video for the lesbian couple, which demonstrated quite well my acrobatic sexual prowess that goes yet to be unappreciated, especially since I was self-taught. So anyway, so we all left the chat room and yada yada yada. I talked to my associate, and then a little birdie came in and told me about, dark past about Mr. Johan, and that's his name. Johansson, whereas I like to call him Johan. Here's the dirt. This guy was an ex-gay porn star. Yep, they went on a bail.
Well, so much for Chris's stance on, being, not being homophobic. Where only a few minutes ago, what was it where he stated, I want to find that quote again, we are finding gay and lesbian children. So Chris, it's just Chris still hates gay people, gay males. That's all he cares about, making clear as day.
Johan, here's the dirt. This guy, yep, they went on a bail. And that's to say the least. He got fired from one of his movies, and you know why he got fired? Why? He failed the STD test. Apparently, in order to be fired from any porn act, that STD had to be something lethal. Possibly lethal, I'd say something like AIDS. So with that, we'll leave it at that.
Well, can we also bear in mind, before Chris starts gloating, that he also self-rightly told everyone that he stretched his dick and actually managed to put the very tip of his penis into his arsehole. So Chris should not really be the one to talk about STDs unless he himself has, been tested since 2015 at the very least.
So with your votes on whether or not who has the better sexual style and activity, ability, there will be a voting page coming up soon. And my video on this channel and his video on his channel, there'll be links from the voting page. So that pretty much do it for now. Details coming soon. Thank you. Good night. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Hey.
I'll just turn it off. Finally, that music.
On the final day of May, Chris posted a video regarding the video competition.
Once again, and right now it's time to do the thing. Johan has uploaded his video, and mine's up as well. The link to the voting page is right underneath here. Likes and dislikes under each video will not be counted. And the voting tally, going for like about up to a week or so. It'll be determined when the page is taken down. So, do you want to risk giving my lesbian friends the STD that he has? Or is it better off being me? I feel like it's better being me because I'm honest at the very least.
Sure you are, Chris.
And I'm direct. Sure. But anyway, he's the bully.
No, you're not direct, Chris. You're very, very confused. That's what you are.
He bullied me in the chat room. Was very rude indeed. So, vote now.
She linked to a 2-option poll hosted by the site Straw Poll, in which she asked who had the better sex moves, linking to videos from both parties. Christine publicly uploaded the video which she had originally sent in private to Sam and Ellen, showing off her skills in sexual intercourse by using an inflatable sex doll.
Hello Sam and Ellen, it's Christine Chandler coming to you live from a bedroom, which is separate from my workroom. Anyway, so, y'all want to see a little play, huh? Yeah, I'm not naked, totally, but to get the point across. Enough to get the point across, so, remember from what you said, rule number 1, the foreplay. Will you make out?
Oh, fuck. Thank God.
And it's show the pussy. I know where it is. The clitoris would be. There's the clitoris, and the vagina is down here somewhere in the middle, and we don't want to hit the pee hole, which is in between. I know about the labia. And, not comfortable with it yet, but I'll get around to it. I might definitely ask y'all to shower beforehand, but we could try anal. Yep. Yeah, I'll definitely ask y'all to get that bleached. Anyway, aside from that, yes, I'm aware of toys. Lack of a vibrator. I did have this one on hand. That was still wrapped in plastic anyhow. So, you can tell I never used it. And then, of course, I know about the vibrator.
I never wanted to know exactly what an animated swatch board would look like, but I'm glad we have one at hand. Also, let's make that a quote. The vibrator go the more you know, ladies and gentlemen. Or the more you never actually intended to ask in the first place is what you end up knowing.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward, so... Alright, so let me see. What y'all want to see? Oh, yeah. The, pile driver. Which...
What is he?
And oh, yeah.
Pile driver, does that mean... I think this is literally completely out of my depth here.
Yes, we're living. Yeah, let's put the arms upward for this demonstration. This being.
Chris proceeds to spin the sex doll around repeatedly.
This way would be preferred. That's a good workout so far. I hope I've impressed y'all quite a bit with that. And I look forward to your reply. It still dispenses. The thing's still like 5 to 7 inches long.
It still dispenses, but I'm not entirely sure Chris would live that long without having a heart attack in the middle of it. God almighty, like, that was an exercise, that was a workout and a half just to sit through this.
Margaret, so... Sam and Ellen, please have
And please have my babies. Please do never
my babies.
Please never say those again. Also, remember about 15 minutes ago when Chris was making an ad about, you know, wanting to make Sonichu great again? You don't just make videos like that and immediately do whatever the hell the spinneroonie is.
Have our babies. Have our little girls. Thank you, good night.
The troll behind the Johan persona also posted a video in which a man, presumably himself, has sex with a partially transparent inflatable sex doll, very similar to Christine's. Both videos were posted on YouTube and were soon removed due to their sexual content.
Thank God for that.
On June 4th, Christine uploaded a short video of herself with her cat, Polo.
And the video.
There was an apparent glitch with the recording, resulting in the majority of the 2-minute-long video consisting of a single frozen frame. She took down the video some hours later, but not before YouTube channel Quickfield Tourist downloaded the video and then re-uploaded it again.
But it's just...
Later that day, Chris recorded another video of her snuggling with Polo.
You see, this is like one of the interesting things about documenting everything about Chris, is that even mistakes or like that have to be put into this. It's a comprehensive history through and through with Gino. That's amazing.
Seemingly after finding that her first attempt had failed.
Hello, Mr. Polo.
Oh, also, please notice, I know I've said quite a lot already, but please, ladies and gentlemen, this is the legacy of what will become of Chris's cats. Because I don't want to specify too much, because we know we already heard about Scamper dying in the house fire, but what happens with the rest of Chris's cats is both tragic, sad, and almost disgusting because of what Chris does with them. Please take note.
What you know? Yes, you're a pretty cat. Now look, there's you. Yeah. You're being video recorded for your cuteness.
No, she's being exploited.
The next day, Chris deleted the poll regarding her and Johan's sexual prowess videos. At the time of deletion, Johan was winning by a clear margin.
Yeah.
On June 7th, she posted a lengthy Facebook post regarding motivation. I didn't feel swift today, so I'm taking an off day to recover. And it is not a waste. I have been in a meditative state, self-reflecting and pondering, among which I've realized among my problems is lack of better self-motivation.
No, your problems is your refusal to think anything through before you make videos about, you know, pleasing lesbians and whatever the hell that, and I'm never gonna get that image out of my head.
In my subconscious are all of my fears and stresses. My creations, reputation, and life in general are all still being met with mixed results. The bad half lingers. And at home, something that leaves me with a shock is inevitable, which drains me more quickly if the severity is high. And I find myself also stuck in a rut where I could be doing more work here, but something else comes up, or my ADD throws me a mental curveball towards a different focal point.
Also, please take note, because this is literally the first time in 50 parts Chris has ever mentioned anything resembling ADD. Which, again, could just be Chris making it up for the sake of sympathy, for all we know.
To put it in a way I believe you may relate with, your daily work in front of a computer with tasks simple to you with prior educations, charts and graphs that you have created with details of the company you work for. It all went smoothly for you. But, suddenly, you are met with a shock. Your lover has left you for another and will never return. The rent is past due with final notice. There is illness or maybe a death in the family. Or maybe your own mind has fallen into a dark void of being lost, blank and confused beyond your own belief and understanding for hardly a noticeable reason. The following day at your job, you sit there, looking at your monitor, but you are barely able to function, even while your own mind is conscious, stuck in a constant observation-only function. You feel like you can hardly move or think. I do understand everyone has their own set of stresses, and among the creative types who feel this way as well. I have been stuck, waiting for that recovery and inspiration to finally return, so we can feel and have the energy we each require to create in our own way. I do wish it was Bob's Your Uncle, quick and easy for the mental and emotional recovery for me, but it's not, and the remains of the autism aren't helping much either. On June 11th, Chris posted a short paid birthday greeting for a certain Jonathan.
Hello, Jonathan. This is Christine Chandler wishing you a happy birthday. At least I hope I have not missed your birthday.
Yeah, he says that, please take note, because this becomes a trend with his birthday shoutouts. He doesn't actually give his shoutouts on the same day. You know what? Since my birthday is literally about 45 minutes away, please bear that into consideration.
If I did, well, happy belated birthday. Hope you had a good day, or I hope you're having a good day. So, I don't know, here you go, a happy singing song. I don't know, I just today. Whee! Have fun! Happy birthday!
I wonder how much Jonathan paid for that. If it was clearly not worth the hassle, or as far as Chris is concerned.
Not long after, she made another video announcing that she was putting her Etsy store on vacation, a feature which would notify customers that the creator was not available at the moment to respond to messages or fulfill orders, but would return at a later date. In actuality, this was not the case for Christine's store, since creators on vacation could still receive new orders on their page during this time, while Chris could not, meaning that she was likely banned from selling due to a possible combination of numerous complaints and an exceptional backlog of orders.
Yes, the shop is the Quickville Shopping Etsy store is currently on vacation until I catch up with my orders. So, again, that's on vacation, and hopefully I'll have all non-book orders by the end of this month, and
also, while we consider the very real possibility that a vibrator is going off in the background, I'm going to assume that nobody took up Chris's offer to work for him. Just putting it out there.
Also, the books will be relocating to a different location, and soon enough, after I get things going, more things going, I have the second branch of Quickville Shopping over on Zazzle opening soon, with official peaches that I will personally contributed to and actually gained up pieces of the money to. But anyway, aside from that, yeah, trouble's happening here at home again. So I'm really pressed, strapped. My mom's bothering me. I'm on my mind. More than the weight of a hippopotamus on my head, I have practically the planet Pluto. And I don't care whether it's been declassified or not, I still consider it a planet. Oh, right, donations. You can help donate to me by clicking the support button here on the YouTube channel, or you can directly send me money through PayPal to my phone number. But anyway, aside from that, I don't know. My time, zippity-doo, we're gonna have fun. I'm gonna drop it on the blade. We're gonna have some fun. I'm dropping around down. I'm having to be myself. I don't necessarily need a sword, but my figure's hanging on to one. Yippity-doo, whoopity-doo. Why should this work there? Yep, got too much on my head. My mind, my worries, so yeah. Could use some help. So I can I'm trying to get money in this house, but Mom, yeah, too much.
Also, he says too much because this is also the point in Chris's life where a lot of people are suspecting where Chris may be suffering from possible schizophrenia or something undiagnosed, because his irrational sort of like mini spurt outbursts are kind of becoming more sporadic and more frequent in the coming videos, so you might just want to bear that in mind for going forward.
Have a good day.
On June 13th, Christine wrote a Facebook post addressing past reports of her spending money on Transformers figures. She clarified that one of her credit card limits was raised unexpectedly, which allowed her to use half of the money to purchase the toys and give the other half to her mother to pay off bills. She also reflected that she can finally now play with the Transformers as if they are a family, with the characters Optimus Prime acting as the father, RC as the mother, and Bumblebee as their child. She later added that the extra money was spent rather quickly, partly because her mother spent more than the minimum on bills, which placed more emotional wear on Chris's subconscious. In the replies, her Facebook friend Jessica Quinn commented that paying more than the minimum on bills was a smart move on her part, preventing them from paying more in the long run.
Yeah.
The next day, Chris made a short video which featured a rare appearance from her mother, Barbara.
Hello, this is Christine Chandler coming to you live from home. Anyway, my mom here is in need of medications for her lungs and whatnot. Alright? Yeah. At least say something, let them know you are alive.
At least let him say something, you know you are alive. Just to make sure that Chris's audience know that he's not just living with a corpse. And just to elicit more sympathy, because Barbara makes more appearances in coming videos.
Well, anyway, it's $100 medication, and she might not be able to make it through the rest of this month, of which we get more money afterwards if you don't donate. So please send your donations.
If you don't donate, or if you don't make any money for yourself, Chris. And also, have you noted just how casual Chris really is in saying that Barbara might not make it, his own mother might not make it for the rest of the month? You don't just say stuff like that. Chris, I can tell this right now, but I don't think you would care either way what happened to Barbara if your tone is just going to be so flat and lifeless.
Get to me most direct to my email address through PayPal. Please do it very soon. Help us out here, please. Thank you.
The video was deleted by Christine after only 5 minutes, but an archive of it was later found by others and later re-uploaded. She filmed another version of the video shortly after.
Hello, this is Christine Chandler coming to you live from home, and I definitely have a more urgent and special request. My mother really needs her medication for her asthma. That's right here. That's her right there, Barbara. Anyway, it's like $100. So we really need the money, because we don't have $100.
No, but you have money to spend on Transformers, Chris. Can you see why people might be a little bit annoyed at you at this point? Because if you can't, then you shouldn't be getting anything ever again.
So yeah, just like I said earlier, you can send all donations directly to my email address via PayPal. So please help us. Have a good day. Thank you.
In response to the videos, concerned Kiwi Farms user Randall Frag called for a wellness check to the Chandler's house. The officer who arrived there to check on the family situation later contacted Frag to inform him that Barbara was fine and everything was okay. Another Kiwi Farms user, NJM00CH, sent a text message to Chris, letting her know that they thought it was a bad idea for her to spend any extra money irresponsibly by buying toys. Christine replied, writing that the trolls should not be able to look at her activities on eBay. As both her mother's health and financial troubles worsened, Christine seemed to struggle with living through troublesome times. Her past success in creating merchandise now seemed to be lost, with the mounting pressure of keeping up with demands becoming too much to bear. From now on, whether she liked it or not, the strangers who looked on, prying into her private life, would become her last hope for survival.
wonder if there's gonna be like a... No, I thought it would be like some kind of like something like to summarize the ending, basically saying that thank you for 50 parts. Maybe there'll be something down here. No, okay, there isn't. To think, ladies and gentlemen, from when we started in part 1, it ended with Chris believing that he was going to make all sorts of new friends at PVCC, and here we are, and Chris is in a almost survival battle now. I call it a battle, but there's no real victory involved in any of this. This is simply a case of Chris surviving day to day is a victory. And what I think is a little bit interesting is that they say that sometimes when you're at the really at the end, like at the bottom end of the poverty level, or almost just above it, is that sometimes it helps that it eliminates the future, meaning that you might go broke tomorrow, but when you have like $100 or £100 left in the world, you feel as if like the world is coming to an end. When you're down to, let's say, £5 or $5, you are somewhat indifferent because you dreamed and worried your whole life about going to the dogs. Well, here are the dogs, and they hold no terrors for Chris no longer, because he's now succumbing to the realization that he is not only impoverished, but going to be even worse. Penniless, bankrupt, everything. It could be possibly getting worse. And you could tell this by how alarming the paid donations and requests are becoming, by showing off Barbara looking as if she's just gasping for her last breath. Moreover, just to make a more urgent point about the whole process, is that this is a problem that's going to persist and continue for many years, and it's still in many ways becoming a part of this. In fact, you know what? I'll do it like this. I'm going to take a quick visit to the Quickie right now, just because I want you guys to take a look at this. Now, for those who don't know, the Quickie is the main source of, you know, everything Chris to be documented by, and you can see here, and also coping counter, that's going to be for the dimensional merge saga anyway. But here's the begging counter. Do not buy or anything from Chris. He lies about needing money and habitually neglects his customers and supporters. And worse, it has been 51 days since Chris last begged for money, December 2020 social media posts, 484 days since Chris last uploaded pages to meet his paid obligations to the Sonichu comic, and 4,145 days since Chris last applied for a job. Please bear this in mind, because this could have ceased being a problem for Chris almost 1,000 days ago, or possibly 3,000 days ago, if Chris got off his backside and, you know, worked. Chris has not applied for a job since August of 2009, and here we are in the year 2021, and it's very likely to assume at this point that Chris will never try to apply for a job ever again. Meanwhile, he's still going to make videos about begging and expects people to just give him money almost on a whim. I'm gonna upload an entire financial crisis analysis of this chaos anyway, because what I think I need people to sort of like understand going from this point onwards, especially when we're talking about Chris, is that considering Chris is still alive and Barbara is still alive, then you could say that it brings pretty much any tension to this saga down immediately. However, that is not the case because of how Chris approaches this, and the things that happen are below sort of like slanderous and disgusting, to say the least. And bearing in mind, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll just say this again verbatim, is that I've worked more days in my 22 years on this planet, soon to be 23. I've worked more in those years than Chris has ever done in his entire life. And I've got to tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to end this video like this: poverty does not pay. And with all that being said and done, I hope you guys have enjoyed part 50 of Christian: A Comprehensive History by Gino Samuel. Please make sure to leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys thought of the video for yourselves. And I hope to see you guys again in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye for now.